I know you see it. Today is finally the day, aka A1 Day, aka May 6, 2025, the official release date for the Asia Wilson A1 in the debut pink or colorway, and I can't wait. Now, if you need a breakdown for all of the Easter eggs for the sneaker itself, then go ahead and watch my other video here after watching this one. This is specifically just to go ahead and give flowers to Asia, Nike, and the entire production again of this rollout for the recent Nike commercials, because my goodness, and also they were directed by Malia Obama, so it's just black girl joy and magic all throughout. And also Q the Queen also did a breakdown, so you guys can go ahead and check out her video and see her thoughts, because I certainly resonate with them like through and through, as the actual rhyme says. So there's just so much to get into, but I'll also go ahead and share like what I picked up in the actual release today, because again, it's not only the sneaker releasing for the A1 itself in the collection. No, we have apparel, and you guys know the satin lined hoodie. That was a very coveted item that a lot of women were excited to be able to, you know, to buy, myself included. And I said a year ago, May 2024, when the shoe is announced, please plan accordingly. Have your money ready. I said, hey, I think it's really smart to plan for $350 to $450, depending on what you want. Because knowing the sneaker is $110 for adult sizing, one, that is a brilliant price point. I love that. It feels extremely affordable, especially in these current times. But with an entire collection, that means you want other things, right? There's a hoodie, there's the asymmetric tights, there's shirts, there's shorts. I begged for a bucket hat. So Asia, team, Nike, can you make that happen? You know, some cute, something simple, okay? Black and white. Let's put a little A1 logo right in the middle next to a Nike swoosh, and we are good. We are set to go. Hopefully we can see that. I don't know, but you know, a girl can dream. So when I said plan ahead, I'd already done that, right? Like this wasn't a joke, okay? This is an envelope. It says A1 300. Now, mind you, I'm spending more than this because there's money already sitting in my account for this, but nonetheless, I had already just set aside $300 because again, just be ready. Like, stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. Okay. There is no reason to go into debt, whether it's credit card debt or buy now, pay later, even in supporting your favorite athlete. I can't support that because you had time, okay, to plan ahead for this. And I certainly did. So you could have done it via a sinking fund. You're putting money aside every single month to go towards this. You put money from taxes aside. You had a creative project and you put money aside from that. Doesn't matter, but planning for this drop to be able to not only one, support Asia, to continue to support your favorite athlete, to certainly support a black woman receiving a signature sneaker, because we haven't seen this in, I don't know, a long time. 20 some years when it comes to Nike, and then a shorter time if we count Candace Parker with Adidas. So why again has this been so important? If you caught the commercials for Nike by Nike, Nike, you need to take notes. You need to come correct. Like this is the energy to give to any signature athlete, and I'm so happy they're giving it to Asia. What is delayed is certainly not denied, and they've gone all out. And I said before in my previous video, intention just seems to be the word for everything that we're seeing and how they're approaching this release for Asia. So let's dive into this these commercials real fast. So if you haven't seen Asia's book, right, Dear Black Girls, How to Be True to You. Now, this book spoke to me just in a number of ways as a black woman, but it resonates throughout this entire campaign. And I said this on Threads, and people certainly agreed. You can tell when we're in the room as black women. Like, there are just so many nods to what speaks to us, and you couldn't get you honestly just couldn't get more black. This kind of like the Met Gala, okay? That's what it feels like. So Malia Obama is one of the directors for the commercial. So there was it's a two-part commercial. You have the first one with the rhyme after Mary Mac, and when I tell you this, this will be like just randomly sung throughout the day for me.
This is a great feeling. She won MVP, PP, 1, 2, and 3, 3, 3. Her game is T. She made history, from the mid. It's a rap. All buckets, no cap. They say she wasn't enough. So she did it for us.
And I love M. Johnson. She is one of the best photographers in sports, especially in women's sports. So she likes to do these breakdowns, especially around Asia's campaigns and commercials. So she did a breakdown, right? Because she is always giving flowers to A being one of a kind. Can we just start out with seeing the intro, and you see this little black girl with beads in her hair? I grew up wearing beads. I grew up with braids. it spells out Asia. Again, everything is intentional. And then if we continue to go through, she made sure to incorporate every bit of her hometown and her home state in South Carolina. So for the cheerleading team, that was actually from Benedict College, which is an HBCU located in Columbia, South Carolina. Big T's Barbecue, it's a favorite, and we get the great Dawn Staley, which also happy birthday to Dawn Staley, and it is Dawn Staley month. Like how great is May? So she also has her cameo in there doing her little two-step, and we have her parents because of course mom and dad, they are just they are everything for her. And so she actually does the breakdown of the tune, which is of course to Miss Mary Mack. If you're a young girl, you grew up doing this, okay? You certainly did. Like you know the bop. You grew up doing this. I just love it. Like everything. Okay, she won MVP 1, 2, and 3. You see it. I'm waiting on 4. So then again, the beads, the bobos or the barrettes. So these were just so again pivotal in our childhood growing up for just representation, for individuality, for really just expressing like yourself artistically in your hair. Like your hair is truly your crown. I'm sure you've heard that before. I'm sure you've heard your hair is your crown, and that is what we're seeing here. So I know people have said like, can we get the barrettes? I don't think those are dropping. And then her childhood church is also featured in the commercial, and her paternal grandparents are actually there. Their photos hang in the church. And when I tell you, I got flashbacks of church mothers telling me to shh and be quiet, and you better not have them tell you twice to be quiet, okay? So I don't know if I wanted like that flashback, but again, it's like it just resonates with me as a black woman girl up in a black church. It really did. And then Double Dutch, like that was never the game. It was never the game for me, but all of my friends like certainly did it. So you were still there cheering them on. You knew the rhymes, just even if it wasn't necessarily something that you did. And then M also pointed out the Black Air Force One energy that she had when we won. And then, of course, like we have the young girl teaching her. And I was actually a little afraid, like, Asia, you better get this rhyme right. You better get the hand motions right. Because if you don't, little mama might snap on you, okay? She might, but just... we're in the room, we're represented, just it's so authentic, and it is sometimes difficult to get that without patronizing the target audience, but they didn't do that in any way, shape, or form. And I would also just like to say a big thank you to Andscape because they valued my opinion and my thoughts on the A1 releasing, how pivotal of a moment this is in the culture. And, you know, they put my thoughts in the story alongside one of my favorites, Monica McNutt. So just know this has been an amazing month for me. But all right, so the shoe officially drops 10 a.m. So what do I intend to get? Because I'm going to let you guys know in a second here how that drop went. Like, is it a lot? Was it easy? Because I gave out some tips. Not everyone is prepared for a coveted drop on Nike or Sneakers app because it is dropping there, but also May 8th, other retailers will have it like Kids Foot Locker, regular Foot Locker, and then I know Dick's Sporting Goods, I checked on there, and they will have it on May 8th, but May 6th was the drop. Just for Pink Aura, we have the 15th, we'll have the Pearl pair, and then I believe Indigo, and then we have the black and the pink on the 29th of May. So for myself, I absolutely know the Pink Aura pair, okay? For sizing, like I'm choosing to go a whole size up. My theory in this, Asia already said go a half size up. It is snug, and then you break it in. I'm wearing these casually. This will not be the on the court pair for me. This is like, I just want to rock this as much as I can, but casually. And that's what I do with my Kobe 6 Protros. And I have to go a whole size up in those to a men's 7 so that they can comfortably fit. So I'm actually choosing to do that. But I know a lot of people said they went a half size up and it was still kind of snug. I don't want the snug fit. I like room. Okay. So carding the shoe first, that's what you do. And then you double back for you to be able to get everything else. So the Desert Sand hoodie. So this is the crop hoodie with the satin lining. That is absolutely on my list. We'll see how I fare with that. The t-shirt, I'm only getting one shirt and I will show why here on screen. I'm not hurting for Asia Wilson t-shirts, okay? So just gonna get the white and the navy blue because I can wear that with so much. So one t-shirt because I have plenty, wearing one of many right now. And then the shorts, I definitely want the Desert Sand. You guys know I love a good earth tone. So give me the Desert Sand. Also the asymmetric tights. I'm in the gym every single day. I'm in the gym 7 days a week in some way, shape, or form. And so I will go ahead and get the white pair and the black pair. And then that's it. Like, so I intended to drop like $400 on this. Again, I just showed part of what I intended to pay, but I'm so just overwhelmed with joy, anticipation for this, to see everybody so excited. So let's see how we do.
Oh my god. What?
Well, you can't say I don't take L's at least on this channel because I absolutely just took an L on the A1. Yeah, you should probably have seen. Could you see the shock on my face? Like, I'd already added, checked out. I was going back for the clothing, and as I'm going to pick my size for the shorts, it goes, you didn't get them. I didn't what? But truthfully, that's how the game goes. Like, it really does. So for those who also said this wasn't going to be a successful drop and there's no demand for her and she's not marketable, well, one, Nike did their big one in terms of the marketing. And yeah, everyone and their mom showed out, okay? Because I wanted to go for women's 8.5. That was a wrap. The women's 8 was a wrap. And as much as I love Asia in the shoe, like I am thankfully past the crash out part of not being able to get something, just because there'll be other opportunities. So Dick's Sporting Goods is set again to have them on May 8th. I believe Hibbett Sports as well is probably going to fall in line with that type of release day. And then Foot Locker. So I will try my hand at the other retailers. This is very typical, as we all know, for a drop, right? A lot of times with a release, you try on a boutique site. If you don't hit there, you wait for the more general release on a Nike, on the Nike app or sneakers app. And so, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Like, thankfully, I've already dealt with enough L's in sneakers, I think, for me to take this in as best a stride as I absolutely can. So does that change me still? You see clearly fangirling out? No, it does not, okay? Because that is my absolute favorite player, and that is what it is. So I am, again, so happy that everyone has showed up and showed out. So the clothing is still... Sorry, that was Jock. I was on Instagram still, but I still checked out everything I wanted in my cart. So again, that was the hoodie, the shorts, 2 pairs of tights, and a shirt. So I will absolutely have those in, and you guys will be able to see, I guess whenever they arrive, what they look like on, how I intend to wear them. I can't really show you what they look like with the A1 until I get the A1. So we'll figure out when that will be. Now, the other pair I wanted was the pink Aura, or not, pink Aura was today. The other pair I wanted was the Pearl, which releases on May 15th. So got a little bit of time, about a week's time. So yeah, listen, I don't ever want to hear I don't take L's, okay? I just took an L on the only sneaker that actually mattered for me this year in 2025. So, all right, well, nothing like the Nike or sneakers app to keep you humble. And yeah. It's funny because also people seem to think that like I don't actually still have an affinity for buying the Nike pairs that I want. The only shoe that I've actually spent money on this year is a Nike sneaker, and the money that I intended to spend for this month is all on Nike items. So I don't know where the narrative comes from that I don't still buy Nike things, but tried to buy it now, took an L. So I, again, will try it later on. But please go ahead and comment your thoughts below. Did you hit? Because clearly it was not as easy as some of us thought that it was going to be able to hit, or at least some of us were hoping it would be to be able to secure the pair. So go ahead and comment down below. Did you secure your pink Aura A1? I really hope you did. Hopefully you did, of course, if you're going for the little ones. And then, yeah, just check back. And outside of this video, I definitely dropped a video about sneaker brands really losing it over the tariffs, okay? Because if nothing changes, then prices could go up for the US, and that's certainly not something that anyone wants. And then you guys can go ahead and check out my New Balance videos on the 992 and the 991 V2. With all that being said, I guess I better go be productive for the day. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.